At the ancient site of Sillustani, near Lake Titikaka in Peru. And we're going up to see these, which are called chulpa. They're towers. The conventional story is that they were made for burials, but the story is much more complex. They were used as burials, and some of them seem to maybe have been collectors of energy. Because the name of the place, Sillustani, means the place where the voice echoes, or the place where sound echoes. Curiously, we see blackening on some of the western surfaces here. That's actually vitrification. It's where the stone has in fact melted. So that's an indication, quite possibly, that a heat force came through this site, and when we go up to the top, we're going to see that all the towers exploded from the western, approximately western side outwards. And here again, we see this at many megalithic sites in Peru and also in Egypt. And again, coincidence? As we proceed, I don't think so. So this is the largest of the chulpa, and this door is facing exactly due east. Sorry about the wind, can't help it. Do you want to try the Om sound in there?
Sure, sure.
So the basic story about these is that they're composed of two different types of stone. The interior core is made of a very dense andesite, which is very resonant. And then there was a coating of a white clay, acting like an insulator. And then the outer stone is basalt, both volcanic types of stone. And then the pillows you see in the stone, that depression does not match with the opposite, as in a protrusion. They are simply depressions. And so what the site is probably telling us is that these were ancient resonant, sound resonant towers. And that what the pockets helped to do was assisting with the resonance of the stone. Also, you notice that the bottom is narrower than the top, and the top would have been open, so it would have acted almost like the musical instrument called a recorder. Probably the sound from the earth spiraling up through the structure and then out again through the top. And also the inside is a beehive shape. So it is hollow. You can easily stand up inside of it. And the big ones like this are older than the smaller ones. So there's small ones over in the background. These were actually created later, quite possibly by the Inca culture, whereas these ones were created by a megalithic culture capable of moving very large blocks of stone, and we haven't found out yet where the quarry for either the andesite or the basalt is yet. Also, the damage to each one coming out is west-southwest, so it appears that there was a massive force that hit from the other side, causing the western sides to blow out. These were not demolished or damaged by the Inca culture or by the Spanish. These are much, much older than either of those peoples. So this tower was repaired the western area was actually blown out. It was put back together
Oh, nice.
about 5 years ago. And some of the stones are quite complex. You can see this one, multifaceted. And also some have massive cracks like this. This would not simply be settling or a mistake during construction, but likely the result, again, of a massive force striking these towers. Curiously, a little stone put into place, interlocking with the big ones. And some nubs or knobs on them, more on the western side than the others for some curious reason. And also the giant band very close to the top. What function would that have possibly had? So again, contrast this megalithic sized blocks originally interlocking with that. There's no way that they were the same culture. This could possibly even be modern. As I was saying earlier, the smaller ones were the ones that were made later. The big ones came first. So once again, one of the older ones here with the newer ones over there. So again, the little ones go straight up. Big ones taper outward as they go. And this could be the original ancient structure here, or retaining wall made of older stones. And I, for one, definitely see some kind of heat scorching on the surfaces. Here we see the blackening of the bedrock itself, so it's not just isolated to some western surfaces of some stones. I see charring of stone surfaces. So that's always a question that people ask, why would it be in such a tiny area? It's not. We see the same effect actually all the way to the city of Cusco, where we see vitrified areas of some of the walls, always approximately the western surfaces, so the heat coming approximately from the east. And more as we walk back down to the parking lot. It's not lichen, that black color. You see how glossy and shiny it is. It appears to me, again, and any geologist that wants to examine, I very much welcome them. I see the blackening as being the effect of heat. And again, to show you that it's not in one little area, as I'm walking down to the parking lot, it just keeps going and going And believe me, it does just keep going and going. I'm not going to continue filming the whole thing. But you can see also the stone is peeling off, where the heat could have caused separation of the surface. And